right, so this looks like
floor.
The floor. So the floor must inflate all by its, or not all by, oh wow. So it's got, on the other side of the floor, it's got a panel. Let's see what that's for, I don't know, but it's got this hard plastic panel, maybe wood. Might be wood, I'm not sure. And then an inflate here.
We got some nice oars that we may or may not be needing. Stay tuned for that one. Repair kit.
So here's the seat. This is the same hard plastic seat, the same seat that's on our CL360. Whoa, that's pretty cool. At least to get to
they can't see you.
At least to get to the water or whatever. Your backpack.
So from what I read online, this can hold 3 people and up to 992 pounds.
And it weighs, what did you say, 81 pounds or so?
82, I think.
So there's the boat. Ooh, look at that.
It's so cute.
Oh wow, it's got a hard, alright, so it's got a hard aluminum transom. Let's pull this way. Hard aluminum transom. This looks very similar to our CL360, heavy duty, nice and strong. And a little plug in the bottom there. Alright, so just read the owner's manual. So we have to first put the inflatable floor in here, and then we'll inflate the floor, and then we inflate the keel, and then we inflate the tube. Let's do it.
What do we inflate it to?
It says it on the paper, it's like 0.3 bar, but we'll see. So we gotta stick that in here, yep. This is the, I think it's called the thrust plate under here. So that goes on the bottom, and the hole goes above the keel inflating, what's that called? Valve, the keel valve. All right, so they want you to do the floor first. All right, Sarah just finished pumping up the floor. So that's the valve for the floor in the front.
Do you have to do anything with this?
Yeah, now next is the keel. Next we gotta inflate that keel, that's a valve for the keel, and it runs all the way underneath here. You can kind of see the last little bit of it back here. Right there.
Now, Tom always said you're supposed to do one before the other. Do you remember if it's the bow or the stern?
There's 3 chambers for the rest of the boat, the outside tubes, and it does want you to inflate them in order. So it says, do this one first, second chamber is outside, and then the front chamber. That's good.
Can you tell them what's going on? Because if someone buys a dinghy, that's probably going to happen.
There's this little tiny, like, spring-loaded valve in here, and if it's compressed, that's what lets the air out, and you can lock it in that position to let all the air out. So a few times we forgot to undo that, and we can inflate it, but then air leaks out until you pop it open. And
so it came shipped to us like that. So if you guys get a dinghy shipped to you and you're inflating it, and you take the little pump out and it deflates, don't be like, what the heck, it's defective. You just have to pop that thing.
So when the spring is in the compressed position, then it's deflating, and then when you open it up and it's in the, when the spring is in the unloaded position, that will seal it, and it'll make it only a one-way valve. All right, last section, the bow section, and then we should be good to go.
So they come with some super fancy schmancy oars. And they live right on the oar locks.
Yeah, it just kind of hooks into both sides.
Do you want me to get out?
No. Oh, piece of cake. You just gotta push this side a little more. All right, seats in.
Drum roll.
What? You excited to see what's in here?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Your fingers.
Hey Jenny, what's in the box? Watch your nose.
You guys are excited as we are.
Jenny, what's in the box? Watch your nose.
What is it? What is it?
Dun dun dun.
So this is a Torqeedo electric motor. It's a Travel 1103 CS. S for short shaft, because that's what the dinghy takes. Ooh. So we had a Torqeedo before. If you guys watch consistently, you remember a couple years ago our dinghy engine got stolen, and we tried out a Torqeedo for a bit on it, and it worked really, really well. That obviously our JD's got the zoomies over here. Get her, get her.
So Torqeedo was super great when our engine got stolen. They jumped in like right at that very second. They're like, we have one we can let you borrow, go for it. And it was perfect to get us to and from the dinghy dock to Adrenaline. But you guys know we're normally going out to spearfish and dive and miles offshore. So it wasn't like a realistic long-term solution for us. But with the trimaran, that's a different story.
And it's just the difference between planing and non-planing. And obviously this dinghy is not really a planing dinghy. So I think this electric motor is going to be perfect for it. And we don't have to deal with like gas cans and when we take the motor off the boat and store it for when we go sailing or when we're on the road, we don't have to worry about like gasoline or oil spilling out of the motor or running it dry or any of that stuff. So I think this is the perfect solution for this dinghy. All right, so there's the handle. And the throttle. Built-in throttle there. That's your little display screen. It's got GPS and it tells you like how much range you have at certain speeds and stuff like that. You got the actual motor itself. There it is, the top of it. Just uses some simple clamps here to mount on the dinghy. How heavy is it?
Let's see. Maybe about 15 pounds?
Oh, perfect. All right, so we'll open up these clamps here. Just clamps right there. Cool. Now, this is obviously tilted too much, so you can adjust that with this simple pin here. So we'll probably put it, let's see, take this out, take that out, and it should probably be something like, honestly, like this. We'll see how it is in the water, but that looks, maybe one more down. That looks pretty good. Perfect. All right, now we can plug the battery in here. The battery just plugs in like so. And then our arm goes on, same way. Piece of cake, and then we just plug everything up. Motor cable first. Just making sure there's a little thing in here so you can't really put it in wrong. Just making sure I do it right. Alright, and then I'll do what the directions say and do this one second. And then this is to charge it, so we'll just pop that on like that for now. Alright. And then we still need the kill switch.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So open up this little box and see what's in here. Alright, just a bunch of directions and manuals and
That you should probably read before you connect it all.
some extra parts here. Oh, so this is the lock that locks this whole unit into place.
The other one.
Yes, there you go. All right, so that locks it all in there. And then here is the kill switch, and it's just a magnet. Right there, and then you have it hooked up to you when you're driving so that if you do fall overboard, it just kills the engine. You can tell it's a magnet because it sticks to the hook. All right, kill switch is on. And there's a battery charger and the wires and some stuff like that. We'll plug it in and let it charge for a little bit. We also have this cool carrying bag for the Torqeedo motor. So we're actually just gonna let this charge all the way up and then we'll put it in this carrying case, and tomorrow morning we'll go over to the beach and we'll test this whole rig out, or the Intracoastal somewhere. Here's for the
brain.
For the top part.
The
No, the battery.
The
For
brain.
the battery.
Brain.
Cool. Oh, that's nice. All right, so we'll let it charge, we'll pack it up, and then we'll bring it to the beach, and
We'll see you tomorrow.
see. All right, we got a full charge on the battery yesterday. We packed up the Torqeedo in this nice little carrying case they gave us, and here we go. We're gonna rig it up. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. I guess looking for GPS maybe. Let's, all right, we're moving. Just like that. Silent.
Max speed, go. Do you put the plug in?
Yeah, it plugs in. Look at this. It's awesome. Little fixer-upper. All right, we're going. So exactly what I was expecting in terms of noise, exactly what we experienced at the Annapolis Boat Show. It's silent. The other one wasn't that loud originally, but this one is just silent. I hear no motor noise. So Dinghy feels really good. I mean, the tubes feel solid. It's obviously much shorter than what we're used to, so we gotta be careful of any big boat wakes going straight into them, but it feels solid and stable for a, you know, completely inflatable roll-up. How does it feel up there in the bow?
It's nice and cozy. I think me and Jenny are gonna fight for this spot. The floor feels solid. I've never been in like a completely inflatable boat, but it feels pretty solid to me.
Super impressed with how quiet it is. I'll try to max out the throttle. There's a lot of like water noise, water turbulence around the boat, so it's hard to, that sound is way louder than anything produced by the engine, but I'll try to hit the throttle real quick so you can see how quiet it is before the turbulence starts. So ready? We'll go to max throttle. This is so quiet. Little over 1100 watts right now. 1110 watts. And yeah, we're going 4.3 knots max speed right now, but we're going with the current too. And again, I think our most limiting factor here in speed is just the length of the dinghy, the waterline length. It's still way faster than you could ever row. Like it's amazing. You just tone down the throttle a little bit and your range increases to double or even triple. So we, like at max throttle, our range is we're like just under 80% battery, and at max throttle we have around 3 miles left of range. Again, the current might be playing with those numbers a little bit, but if I just reduce the throttle just a little bit, and all of a sudden our range is 5 miles.
Can I drive?
And now all of a sudden our range is 7 miles. Pretty impressive. Let's test the kill switch real quick. And then I wonder if it'll put it back. Yeah, so you gotta put the throttle to neutral probably. Makes sense. And then you can go again. Yeah. We thought of it.
It's so funny. It's in Jupiter on a Sunday with all these like big giant boats with like 4 engines, so we're just hanging around in our dinghy. Wave to them all. You think this will work for us in the Keys?
Hey guys, we hope you liked that video. We can't wait to start cruising on the trimaran, and yeah, we just think this setup is gonna be pretty good for that.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Later.
Adios.